This video is brought to you by the Farmer Klein YouTube channel. Be sure to like, subscribe, and comment. Hello everybody, and welcome back to another Map First Impressions video. Today we're going to take a look at Spectacle Island. This map can be found over the farmingsimulator.com website or the in-game mod hub, and as of the 1.0 release, this map is available for all platforms. But first, this video is brought to you by Scooter's Workbench. Thank you for being a farm baron. So this map first came out in 17, and I'm really excited. I was super excited to see it hit the testing thread last week, and now it is here. This map was known in 17 as really revolutionary in a few regards. One, and it's back here in 19, you had to clean up your farm. You basically took over an abandoned farm. One of your first jobs was cleaning it up. How did you clean it up? You cut trees that were growing around the farm, and trash and debris vanished before your eyes. Next thing you know, you're left with a nice, clean farm. That has returned in this version of the map, as well as some other, well, dare I say, hidden nuggets, or more appropriately, bars of gold. So in Farm Sim 17, there were nuggets that map authors could put around the map. It was great. It lets you explore the map. If you found all 100 nuggets, you got $1 million bonus cash. It was great. Loved it. Went away in Farm Sim 19, but Alien Jim says, nah, not on my watch. I'm bringing it back. So he has introduced gold bars to the map. Really, really cool. Let's read a little bit of the description. Spectacle Island is an abandoned farm that needs a lot of work. By cutting down small trees around the yard, all of the debris will be removed. Fields you own already will also require some forestry and plowing before they can be used. Plenty of space for forest work and field creation also. 25 gold bullion bars can be found dotted across the island. These can be brought to a gold mine and sold for extra money. Free lime, standard seasons ready, and a custom soil map. So this map does indeed include a seasons mask as well as a custom soil map. Go ahead and load on in and take a look around. Should be it. Pull up the log and watch the map load in. And there we go. So we load in the map for our very first time right down here at the dock, right off the ship. Welcome to Spectacle Island. Let's go ahead and take a look at the PDA. Zoom on out, we're going to see that the map really consists of 6 main islands. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6. The map includes all of our standard crop types available to us here on Farm Sim 19. Let's go ahead and take a look at the lands area. On new farmer mode, we start out by owning the main farm, $117,000. We also own fields 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. These are pretty nice sized fields overall. Now you can see we have this big section of buyable land up here. $488,000 will buy you 60 acres of forest that you are free to cut and carve out your own fields however you should wish. And this island down here includes some predefined fields as well as a buildable area for $26,200. We do have a buyable biogas plant. Down here we already own at the start for $11,600. And the typical unbuyable land is $1.6 million. We have some other patches of forestry or grasslands that we can buy scattered around. Go ahead and take a look at our custom soil map. Of course, the custom soil map is not going to show us anything up here where we have the forested area. See, we have a nice mix of loam, sandy loam, silty clay, and loam on both of our islands here. Take a look at the prices screen. We have an abundance of sell points available to us on the map. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 main sell points for the bulk of our grain crops. We have multiple sell points for our eggs. 1, 2, 3. We have multiple sell points for our wool and cotton. You have the bakery, which will accept our milk. We have a sell point for the sawmill for our wood chips. We have the biogas plant and then the cargo ship to sell our silage, as well as the straw barn. Going on over, we have the ability to sell propane and natural gas, or petrol and propane, sorry. And they are basically available down here at the petrol zone 1 and 2, and then propane zone 1, 2, 3, and 4. More on that here in a little bit. And then you can see our gold bullion here, the gold mine, $18,000 for 1,000 liters of gold. And if you do play with straw harvest, there are the ability to sell pellets at the straw barn. Going over here to our vehicle overview, you can see we start out with a decent list of starting equipment and then also have a listing of AJ Tech gold bullion. But when we sell these, it's just like selling a vehicle. It is gone for good. Do not have any animals at the start, and we do have contracts available to us on the map. Go ahead and take a look at our starting equipment. We start out with the Fint Bobbert 511C, 115 horsepower. The Case 7210 Pro, 170 horsepower, 330 harvester. That is then paired with the PowerStream 500 grain header. We have a pair of SEK 802 trailers. We have the POH5 plow and the Kuhn Cultimer L300 cultivator. We have the Series Master 3570 seeder. We have front loader arms, bucket, and then a custom sleep trigger. Now, we're not done. Go over here to tools. Under miscellaneous, there is some included mods for your petrol and your propane. So he has modded the MKU-8, MKU-32, and the Universal Trans trailers to accept a various bevy of gas and liquid fill types, including propane and petrol. Take a look at our placeables. You're going to see that we cannot sell or buy any of the animal areas. Miscellaneous is empty. Our silos are burned into the map. We cannot sell those. Few sheds that we can put down, and we cannot buy the sleep trigger if we sell it. So if you want a different sleep trigger, you'll have to sell the one we have and then put one in yourself. So typically we would be doing the farm tour at this point, but we're not at the main farm. We are down here at the dock. But I do want to kind of explore the dock area a little bit before we do fly around. Here we are at the Mainland ferry. You have the ability, good or bad, to turn off the lighthouse. So at night, the lighthouse will cast its life-saving beam of light, letting everyone know that there is a harbor nearby. Left click and we can flip that bad boy off, and then it's basically every captain for himself. Move on over this way. We do have a grain sell point down here at the harbor. Oh, sorry. Over here. We have a grain sell point there. And let me introduce you to the first of what I think are really great innovations for this map. Here we are at Portside Cafe. So you can serve breakfast, build your own omelet. Come on in here, we can look at this great menu. I've been looking at that crazy, spicy, sizzling skillet for quite a while. But, you know, they've got an awful lot of... I mean, look at that supreme sizzling skillet. Got 2 eggs on the top. Santa Fe sizzling skillet with 2 eggs on the top. Man, I wonder. That's right, folks. This place will buy your eggs, and basically you deliver them right here to the counter in the kitchen. And that is where you can sell your eggs. You actually have to come inside the building here, and we come over here, and right there is the magical trigger to sell your eggs. Really cool. I love that idea. I mean, the egg crates are manual. You pick them up, you move them around, right? You can carry them around. So why not have to deliver them into a shop? That is so cool. Move on over here. We have our shop trigger. At Vehicle Imports. Lovely sliding doors. Shop manuals there. And we come up to the service counter and look at this. Sales counter. It's great. You have our shop trigger. Go ahead and get our Mahindra. And when we exit the shop, boom, we are up here on the ship. This is where our vehicles are delivered. So some of our starting equipment is actually over here at the shop, or should I say at the dock and on the cargo ship. Now on this side of the cargo ship, we actually have a sell point. And as with some of Alien Jim's other maps, let me turn that back on. As with other Alien Jim maps, we do have 2 different trigger markers. We've got the white and black hash, is to tell you there's something to interact with. And then we have the yellow and black hash to denote a trigger. So this particular sell point is the cargo ship. And the cargo ship right here. Except our manure, slurry, hay, straw, grass, and silage. Sugar cane, sugar beets, potatoes, and the like. So if you do happen to have your interactive markers turned off, you might want to turn those on, because there might be little Easter eggs scattered around the map that you can interact with that you might not know about. Come off the dock. Way back down here. And one more area to talk about before we go is the vehicle workshop. This is our buy, sell, customize, and trade trigger. Come on in here. We've got our trigger there. And then our buy, sell, customize, trade is inside. And basically open both doors from the interior. And pay attention to the switch. When you activate it, green one moves. Do it one more time. Saw it move? That is so neat. chairs reclining up there. Just chilling out. Now, this area over here where we have cargo containers, there's actually a trigger for a transport mission. So you're going to have some transport missions, probably picking up or dropping off. Get out of the docks, we've got to come through this residential area. Some of these other buildings you see here, the office building back there, that also has a transport mission trigger. I am so glad that they have replaced that bridge with this one here. They have other really cool details. Got an old, not so old general store, but windows have all been kind of glazed over. You can't really see what's going on inside. Oh, they're closed. I take that straight dog to the pound. Here we have a really cool area. There's no delivery trigger here, but we've got a little schoolhouse. Virus safety poster in there. We got books. We got tables and chairs. Some artwork, it looks like, up on the wall. Like we were doing some. Man, that's some math I don't want to get involved in there. Oh, airball. Can't even rock the schoolyard basketball court. Alright, so let's turn left. And we'll go take a look at the biogas plant. We have our digestate trigger. We have our digester. One very large silage bunker. We have our trigger for that. And what is over here? What's over here, you might say? Well, if we take a look at the map, this is marked as a farm silo. Okay. Well, you may notice there's a pipe coming out of the back of that. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Let's do our typical fly around. And I think all will be revealed soon enough. Then we'll come back here and continue with our drive around. First off, let's just take a quick spin around the map. And what we notice is the pipe continues across the water. And there is our farm. So our pipe here at the biogas plant connects to the farm. So in essence, we have a farm silo dump station here at the biogas plant. And it looks like we could possibly pull out of the silo way over at the farm. We have an oil derrick. So that is basically where our petrol and petroleum is coming from. Before we get too far, I want to come back to here. We have a little sell point here on this island. Make our way across the bridge. Garden. And if we come on in here, we are at Granny's house. Granny's Island. And Granny's Island. Well, she's got ourselves gold bullion. Might take that with us. And guess what goes here, guys? That's right, a second sell point for our eggs. Pretty slick. So Granny said I could take this gold. She wouldn't mind. Oh, look at that gleam in the sun. Pardon me, everybody. I don't want to drop my gold down in the water. That would not be the time to get loose butterfingers. And let me just place this gently in the back of the truck. Oh my, that's heavy. Look at that thing. Strap it there for good measure. And let's go ahead and kind of do our fly around. We'll just do a big old loop. So we've got our main farm here in this middle island. Rather precarious ways of getting over to that. This is where we are going to be collecting our petrol and our gas. Propane. Here we have the one island with kind of predefined fields and then a buildable area or farm. Then we have the forest island, where we have two large areas of land that we can buy, clear the trees, and carve up our own fields. This was somewhat revolutionary in 17. There were some kind of wilderness maps in 17, but this one was kind of unique and standing out on its own, with having the main farm that you had to clean up. We're also going to see that there are some fields that have kind of been abandoned, the crops withered, and trees are growing up within it. Got our gold mine down there. Kind of a little summer camp or something going on there. Another dock. A couple land bridges. Barely land bridges. Dotting through the waterway here. Oh, we've had a beached whale. And then we're coming back here to the main island. And here are these fields that we own at the start. All of our start fields are all withered crop and all need to have the trees removed. Then we'll make our way back over here to our Mahindra. So not a huge map, but there's a fair bit of work involved to get this map up and operational if you're going to basically do it to the true spirit of Spectacle Island. Let's go ahead and make our way across this direction. Animal dealer is down this road. And this is also where we're going to be able to sell our cotton and wool. Cotton and wool there to our left. Animal dealer here to our right. All right, let's try to make our way over to the petrol propane station. See our pipeline from the farm silo with the VGA. Make its way across and up the rock cliff. I'm going to have to be atypical and drive reasonable until we get over to the gold mine. I don't want to lose my my fortune in gold. So we got some nice sheds here to kind of do some near field, maybe bale storage, just equipment storage. This field 7 is all grass. Here we are at the fuel depot where we can buy petrol and, I assume, propane. We can maybe also put refuel our vehicles. Looks like we have a footbridge. Sorry, we got a regular bridge over to the forest island. Got a walking path over to our island area. Now, I believe in 17 there were funny little signs basically coming down this way. There's a real rickety bridge. Obviously not the smoothest road in the world here. And then I have visions of SnowRunner as we try to make our way precariously across these makeshift bridges. Narrow wheelbase. All we need here are kind of some off-camber roads, trying to make you roll your truck. Oh, it looks like, well, speaking of rolling your truck, it looks like maybe somebody was not so lucky. Bus, tanker, oh my, chemical spill. Again, I'm more concerned about my gold bullion than anything else. I forget what this road was called in 17. Basically, there were signs here. Basically gave this pathway a name. And here we are coming up to Spectacle Farm. This is our farmyard. And boy, does it need some cleanup. Now the gist is all of these trees look like this. These are all the trees that we cut to clear debris, trash, etc. We've got our chicken coop here. And interesting enough, we have to go all the way into the chicken building to this egg station. And this is where we get our chickens. 500 chickens in this particular coop. And then we have our food trough. And our egg spawn point. Now, something else of note is this is legit grain. We can pick this up and use it right away. So scattered around the farm here, this is likely legit straw. We'll be able to come in here with a bucket, pick it up, and make use of it. So scattered around, we're going to find usable materials, and then we're going to find things like this. Complete trash needs to be cleared out of the way. Inside here we have a bale, a loose storage for hay, straw, grass, etc., or forage silo. So we have our dump and fill pipe. But really, before we really are going to be able to use it, we need to clear this out of the way. We have our rundown farmhouse. Abandoned, boarded up, trash everywhere. Basically, we need to clean up the farm in order to restore this farmhouse to its past glory. Now, I believe in 17, the farmhouse was like this permanently. It wasn't boarded up. I think you could go into it. It was the one thing on the farm that when you cleaned it up, it didn't really clean up. Get our chainsaw and demonstrate this. Ah, it's starting to look a little better. Ah, we now have a beautiful farmhouse. Side up here. See, we still have the front boarded up. So not quite completely ready to go. We have our sleep trigger here at the bed. Now, one thing I would suggest you try is see if you can open up these doors. Because Alien Jim probably has some of the gold stashed away inside something you can probably open. I'm a vampire. Where's my reflection? Let me see, is the front door still closed off? Nope, I can go through the front door. We continue our tour around the outside perimeter of the farm. Here we have our workshop. So we have our workshop maintenance trigger. And I really like how Alien Jim puts these little miniature trigger icons places. So here we go to do our maintenance and repairs. More storage. More storage. And then here we have a fuel silo. Make our way down the lower level. We have silos store potatoes, sugar beets, and sugar cane. And again, we already have some product here on the ground. So we have our dump and our fill point for each of these props. And then down here at the water, we have a barge and a boat and a crane. So this crane is fully usable. As you can see. So the purpose of this is to load onto this barge logs. And then, right, we can drive it. Drive our barge around the waterways. We even have working propeller. And then the boat over there is also something we can drive. Kind of a little fishing boat, fishing trawler. I'm just trying to get this back at the dock. That'll be good enough. Then again, over here, we just come up to it. Hit E. Now we're driving our boat. Now, these boats aren't actually floating. There are actually invisible wheels under there that they are actually driving on. Let's continue our tour of the farm. Here we have our pig area. We have the water trough, food trough with some free pig food. We have our straw trigger. And then we have our pig buy point, 500 pigs. We have our slurry. We have some manure. And we have some manure in there we can clean up. We have some liquid storage, liquid buy point. And this is the outpipe of that farm silo that is way over there at the BGA. We have our cow shed, so we have our slurry, our manure, food, inside here we have our milk trigger. Now this particular machine is only going to be here if you have the animal pen extension mod enabled. This here is a automatic milk sales machine that is part of that mod. And I activate that mod, one, to help us locate where the milk trigger is. And you can get into this if you haven't seen it. No. There we go. And you can move it around. Rotate it. Position it wherever you want. And there it is. Then inside the cow pen, we have our buy trigger. And then we have our water trough. Across the bridge, we have a large placeable area to further expand the main farm. We have 5 point for def, 5 point for fuel, 5 point for fertilizers, herbicides, etc. And again, this is legit fertilizer you can pick up and make use of. We have a 5 point for seed and herbicide. This is legit seed that again you can pick up and make use of. We have our silage bunker for our cows. Already has about 30,000 liters of chaff in it. And here we have our sheep pen. We have our wool trigger here. We have our sheep buy point, delivery point. Then on the side, we have our food trough, complete with some grass, our hay, and our water trough. Now, there are a couple little tricks. May not be overly apparent to you. Let me show you those right now. And that is over here on the other side of this shrubbery. We have dun, da, 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 a post. Cutting this signpost with a chainsaw will permanently remove all trees from the fields. These trees from these fields. So if you remember in the fly around, we had a whole bunch of trees in all of our fields. If you want to hit the big old easy button, you cut down that signpost. Boom, they're gone. If you want to actually earn it and do it the right way, then you come in, cut these trees, grind up the stumps, clear the land, and get started with your farming. But knowing that people like the easy button, just like No Man's Land, choppy choppy, trees are gone. That is not all. There is another trick up vine sleeve. Let me just show you this. Or here we have our farm silo. And we have perfectly good crop here on the ground. We have our dump point and our fill point. What I want to show you is over here we have a second signpost hidden away behind the cow pasture. Dun, 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 dun. You might want to check in here. There might be gold bullion in one of these. At any rate, cutting this sign will permanently remove all trash from thy farmyard. We did it. We did it. Just chuck it away. Oh. Now we have a pristine farmyard. Of course, you could have done that by cutting down all the trees. But now we've done it the easy way. And you can see most of the debris is now gone. The little piles of stuff remain. And this is basically free product for you to collect and make use of. All the trash, all the extra vehicles, everything is cleaned up, ready to rock and roll. Including, if you remember, there was an old tractor here. Let's just go ahead and check the animals. Pretty sure they're all going to take the standard fare. Wheat, barley, oats. Yep. Standard. We already have 5,800 liters of manure for the cows and 4,700 liters of manure for the pigs. Now let's make our way over here to the horse area. So here we have the horse area. We've got a little bit of a old manor house undergoing renovation. Side Spectre Estate. Pretty cool. Wouldn't put it past him to put some gold up here somewhere. So here we have our horse area. So we have our straw trigger right here. We have our water trough, food trough, and then our trying to remember where the horse trigger is. Oh, here's the gate. 16 horses. Now, when I was looking around this map, kind of doing my exploration, notice there are triggers here at these doors. But nothing's coming up. If you look, see there's clearly triggers at these doors. I don't know if that's a residual of this building's past life, or maybe there's additional secrets to be found. Let me know in the comments. What do you think? Floaty, floaty. I spy me a floaty object. Thanks, Alien Jim, for putting that there for me. You know, I'd be remiss if I didn't find a floaty object. I'd be depressed. Over here we have 5.4 slurry. Propane and manure. This is one of our sell points to sell propane and sell manure. Nice steaming pile of, yeah. Whoa, don't lose my gold. You guys are going to tell me this is the slowest you've ever seen me drive. Got me valuable cargo. Then up the way. We have another sell point up here on the hill. Dump station right there. Still see our fields with trees. Let's see here, where are we going? Let's make our way over here to the bakery. Now over here on the hill, there is an observatory. And it looked like, from my earlier exploration, the observatory is a point where you're going to have transport missions, probably to deliver. Here we have our bakery dump station. Then we'll continue on. And we're going to make our way over here to this kind of land bridge, which is denoted with little pylons. Deep water on either side, as you can see. I'm gonna lose my gold. All right. Up here on this island, we have another sell point. Here we are. Soy milk factory. We'll make our way across this land bridge. Now, over here, we do have a lime buy point. A little precarious to get at, but it is over here, and obviously this is probably the path you would want to take for that. And again, I'm guessing that that is usable lime that you could scoop up and make use of. We gotta be getting close to our gold mine. Over here we have a bevy of options, trigger icons and such. We have a sell point. crop sell point. Third sell point. And then this one's interesting. This is the boat unloading station. Boat unloading station. That's going to take potatoes, sugar beets, sugar cane, wool, and that's it. Now, the only way to get there is from water. So I assume maybe you could load up the barge with, I don't know if you heap the potatoes on them. I don't know if I'd want to do that, or if you load it up with a trailer with potatoes and you bring it over here. Because if you see, the trigger is right there. And then basically you'll sell off the barge. If you bring a trailer, I don't know if you're going to have to dump into the water or what. We have two things that we missed. We have another propane sell point right there. And then we've got this. Just like, what was it, Sussex? Come over here. Activate this. And this massive thing slowly rotates. Huge counterweight. And we can buy wheat, barley, oat, canola, sunflowers, soybeans, corn, potatoes, sugar beet, sugar cane, seed, mixed rations, chaff, wood chips, silage, grass, hay, straw, fertilizer, manure, pig food, lime, and back to wheat. So it's pretty much a buy anything point. Of course, you could buy probably this land here, clear it out for making use of. Over here to our left. We have another propane buy point here. This little camp area. You never know, one of these doors might open. Might be some gold in one of these little buildings. Here we can sell petrol maybe. So petrol and propane. Who knows, there might be gold in one of those trash cans too. The Alien Gym has been known to do some interesting things. On a map in, maybe it was Mercury Farms, in 17, when we had gold nuggets, he would put a map collision border up and then put some nuggets he called Fool's Gold off on the other side where you could never get to them. And I'm sure there are plenty of players that were going all after the Fool's Gold. Here we have another petrol 5-point. And our gold mine is here. So we've got propane zone. We can bring and sell propane to the gold mine. We got little nuggets in there. Guess we can't go back there. Gold dirt. We got a wash machine. Turn her off if we want. Pretty neat. And gold. Ah, we got some more gold. What do we do with the gold? Well, very carefully place it on our conveyor belt. And ta-da! We sell our gold. So you're looking for some hot cash? Right there you go. There's 25 gold bars. You're going to get about 20 grand a piece. That should finance your starting equipment pretty darn good. Now, if I didn't mention it on Farm Manager and Start from Scratch, you start owning no land at the start. So we're pretty much going to end it there. That is Spectacle Island. Here we have the fully forested area. The trees off to the left are one viable plot of land. Trees off to the right are a second viable plot of land. So we have one more sell point we're going to take a look at. That is over the bridge here and down the hill. Around the corner, and what we have here is a sell point for loose hay straw grass and for some bales. And oh my, somebody lost some silage bales into the water. Take a look, see where we are. And over here we are on that island then that has several predefined fields. So guys, that is gonna do us for this map. Let me know in the comments, what do you think of Spectacle Island for Farm Sim 19? And until next time, happy farming.